So I'm going to do my trade recap today on NASDAQ. Had a banger trade on the evaluation account. As you can see, $484 today. So very good trade. So a little bit under 1% growth on the day. But going to do a recap on everything, all my confluences. So starting on the high time frame, obviously this was an absolute textbook liquidity sweep here. We had London session from today get swept. We had London session from yesterday get swept, and we were almost able to sweep Asia sessions, but weren't Asia session highs from yesterday. Weren't quite able to do that. However, we did have this really, really, really nice bearish order block right here that we tapped into after these liquidity sweeps, which was kind of like one of my final confluences that I wanted. Going on the 1 minute time frame, we did have this fair value gap right here. We had this one, and then we also had this one. I didn't even mark this one out. I was really eyeing this one. We got a complete closure below this one. I wanted to wait until I saw a market structure shift, which is exactly what we got, and then we continued to move down lower. Probably would have been able to stay in this, or probably would have gotten stopped out on this one here if I entered on this. That's why I wait for the market structure shift, a little bit more like confirmation for it. So obviously we get this complete closure below it right here. We got the market structure shift, which is below this low. We created this low. We got a closure below it. We got a break in structure to the downside as well. We generated this low, got closure below it as well. So here, I'll clarify this. So we had this low right here. Obviously we have an up candle and then a down candle. So this generates this low. Then we got a break in structure to the downside. So we had a break in structure on the downside, an inverse fair value gap, and a market structure shift, literally all on one candle. This is what this candle did. So that's when I entered. Of course, we get an up candle right when I enter, and then the last 3 minutes we absolutely smash take profit. So it was a little bit over a 1 to 2 RR. Probably could have targeted New York session at the time lows because NASDAQ hit those lows very quickly. It actually hit London session lows very, very quickly. So that was where this move was on NASDAQ, which was right up here. Literally would have been on another banger trade if you were able to get it. NASDAQ too. But NASDAQ hit London session lows significantly quicker than ES just because, as everybody knows, NASDAQ moves a lot smoother. So we did have a potential seek and destroy day. So I don't really use this indicator that much for it. However, on ES, was the reason because ES had a lot more draws of liquidity to the upside. We had, like I said, we had London session highs right here that we took out. We had London session highs from yesterday that we took out, and then we had Asia session highs from yesterday that we almost took out. Versus on NASDAQ, the only high that we had to take out was London session from today. So that's usually a big and strong enough confluence for me. London session and the New York session are both very prominent draws of liquidity. But like, we didn't have really any other session highs because all of these session highs were already taken out from today, actually, during London session. So London session took out Asia session, London session from 2 days ago, or yesterday, and then had its move down. So it just generated a high for New York session to take out and then move down. So really, both were like the same idea in essence. So, yeah, I mean, it was really good trade. Really wanted to look for more or less longs today, kind of just because we were getting close to this new week opening gap right here. So obviously when we get close to these, you more or less want to be bullish just because these are going to get filled in. Hasn't gotten filled in yet. So a third of it's been filled in on ES. NASDAQ has yet to, oops, I just unfavorited NQ. Oops. Oh, there it is. I can just unfavorite these actually. So obviously on NASDAQ we haven't even touched it yet. So I'll get rid of this so you can see, but we have yet to touch it, which is very interesting. So we've generated some really nice lows actually for possibly tomorrow to sweep out these lows and then continue to move up and fill in that imbalance, which I think is going to eventually have to happen. Honestly, it's going to get filled in. So, yeah, I mean, very interesting. Very, very good week so far. 2 trades, 2 wins, up $1,000 on the evaluation account, over $1,000. So very excited. Very good trades. Been super disciplined with trading, with stop losses and whatnot. So, yeah, just super, super excited, grateful. Been very, very good with these trades. So, hard work starting to pay off. So a little bit at a time, not all at once, but a little bit at a time. So that's pretty much it for today. Good trade recap. Again, like $484. And going to be ready for tomorrow. So it took literally 1 trade today. I only take 1 trade. But that's all for the trade recap today.